What's going on, everyone? Wow, isn't it amazing how quickly times and things can change? I'm old enough to remember, and maybe some of you are as well. It seems like yesterday when fans of other teams and Laker haters and Pelicans and fans of the Pelicans and all that stuff were all chirping and talking and saying how the Lakers are trash and they suck. And we got the reports that the Pelicans flew out to check out Victor Wembanyama because the Lakers were so bad in case they end up landing a pick that ends up landing Victor and all of this stuff. You know, the Lakers, the Pelicans were at this high. They were looking like a real contender. The Lakers are looking like a bottom feeding team. They're 2-10 and they're trash and we're not. Ha ha. We win the trade. We're going to get the pick. All that stuff. They were in forums. They were in, Bleacher Report comments. They were in here. They were in everywhere, right? It was just a swarm. And then you heard it just quietly die down more and more and more and more. And now one team is at home getting rest, getting ready for their playoff series against the Memphis Grizzlies, while the other team is on their way home right now, getting rest for next season. And very likely are going to get a decent pick, and we'll see what happens with them. But the New Orleans Pelicans at home, after finishing the season, they were what? They were 10-2 or something like that, or 8-2, and their last 10 games were on a run. People were still talking, still chirping. Oh, the Lakers don't want to see the Pelicans in the play-in, and blah 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 blah. And we didn't have to worry about it. We got the job done. Yes, it wasn't a great win. It wasn't a pretty win. It wasn't the fashion that we had hoped, but it's better than losing, right? It's better than going home. It's better than playing in that 9th and 10th spot and losing on your home court against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who, don't get me wrong, the Thunder are very young, very talented. They are going to be a problem for many years. And if Chet is even half as good as advertised and projected, I mean, the Thunder could be scary, scary. And they have a ton of young talent, a ton of draft picks. They have everything they need to go get and expedite this process and rebuild for the Thunder as quickly as they want, right? If Shea stays being this type of player, and Chet and all of these like Dort and Giddey and all these guys, if they stay and continue to play the way that they've been playing, the Thunder could easily go get pretty much any star in the league if they need to, right? And stars may end up wanting to go there for a chance to win a championship with a young core and a young team. So keep an eye out for the Thunder. The Pelicans, on the other hand, they have a lot of problems, and Pelican fans need to worry more about their team. Can't stay healthy. Zion, another year, another wasted season of Zion. The Pelicans can't seem to right the ship. CJ McCollum just continues to sell, and it looks like it was a brilliant, genius move by the Portland Trailblazers to just unload him. And there was last year there were all the talks about how CJ's that. Oh, just wait till we get a full season with CJ. And now look. Now you're not even going to get a chance. You're not even going to get a shot. And it's funny. And this is why I say all the time, let's see what the end result is. So many people are so quick to jump the gun on everything. Everything. So many people live in the moment instead of allowing things to play out, right? So many people, like this channel, for example, right? I get comments all the time where people are like, how did you guess that this would happen? Or, man, we have a run-in joke on this channel, Laker Damas, right? It's not that. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a mind reader. I just wait to see what the end result is. I am patient enough to not so much be in the moment, but let's see what the end result is. Whether it's a game, like the Timberwolves game or the Dallas game. I was talking about how I thought the Lakers were going to come back and win the Dallas game, for example. I mean, again, all the evidence is on this channel. And I said, hey, look, give it time. There's still a lot of basketball left. Anything can happen. And a lot of people were like, no, they're done. That's it. 27 points, blah, blah, blah. And I understand. I get that there's circumstances at times that look very bleak and look very rough. But wait till the result is over. Wait till it is done. One team is in the playoffs. One team has two superstars that are primed and ready to go on a legit run and very well have a real chance of coming out the West and winning the NBA championship. Now, will they? Who knows? You never know. I mean, there are so many factors that go into winning an NBA championship, right? I mean, from health and even just circumstance, like luck and things going your way, right? Kawhi hitting that bounce around shot that eliminates the Sixers, stuff like that, right? There's always those moments, a key turnover, or a guy just throws the ball out of bounds, things that like aren't really necessarily in your control, are just throughout the course of the game, are just moments. And you get enough of those, you stay healthy, you have the talent, which the Lakers do, and all of a sudden you're in the NBA championship with a real chance, and you have a LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You take your chances, right? And it's a beautiful thing. It really is. The reason I even want to talk about this and highlight this and, have a little petty moment, flex a little bit, Laker fans, right? It's just because it goes into what I keep talking about and keep reiterating of let's enjoy and savor this moment. Let's be excited and encouraged and support these Lakers. I mean, it wasn't really that long ago that the conversation was the Pelicans are about to get a great pick. The Pelicans have a shot at the 4th seed, and they're looking good, and they're hitting their stride at the right time, and they're hot, and Lakers are going to stumble, and the Lakers are in the 13th seed and all this stuff, which they were, and it was bad. There were several moments throughout this season that were terrible. I mean, starting 2-10 is not what you want. It's not how you want to start and play a season. There was so many things. This roller coaster ride, it just one extremity to another. And guess what? In the end, it worked out, at least so far. We're in the playoffs. Job's not finished. We still have a long road ahead. Memphis isn't going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but we have a real chance, a real shot. I think we match up great against them. Our road to the finals is about as good of a road as we can get, because you basically avoid the three consensus picks to come out the West, right? Clippers, Suns, and the Nuggets, right? Those are the three teams that every year people seem to go, oh, those are the three teams that they're going to have to be in that gauntlet, and only one of them are going to make it out. In the first round, you have the Clippers and the Suns, so one of them are going to immediately be gone in the first round. Then you have Denver and the winner of that matching up, because, Minnesota, in my opinion, Minnesota is going to win that playing game. I just think with Rudy and Cat, they struggled mightily with Valanciunas in this game. The Thunder did. And they're going to have to go up against two guys like that size. I really think Minnesota wins that game. I do. So I don't see them beating the Denver Nuggets. Although I will say I think they match up really well against Denver. I really do. I think that they can make that Denver series interesting. I just think ultimately Denver will win that series. And then I think the Suns win that series. But hey, depending on when Paul George comes back, they can make that a series. Because you can put Paul George on Devin Booker and then put Kawhi Leonard on Kevin Durant, and that's going to be tough for both of those guys. You're never going to stop those two, but slow them down. And I don't think they have the guys to guard Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. So, but we know that he's very likely missing at least the first game, if not several. So we'll see how that plays out. But the Lakers, again, you get through the Grizzlies, play the winner of the Kings and the Warriors, and then depending on how that shapes up, which I like the Lakers matchup against both of those teams. And personally, I want the Warriors, because I really do think we match up extremely well against the Warriors. I think that that's a matchup Anthony Davis should be giving us 40 a game. And I think LeBron would turn back the clock a little bit for that. But you win that matchup, and the next thing you know, you're playing the one of the Denver Nuggets, Clippers, or Suns for the NBA Finals, and that gives you a real opportunity. That gives you a real shot, and that's all you could ask for, And it's just funny. It's just ironic. It's funny how quickly things can change, and it's why I always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I always say, wait, be patient. I talk about it all the time, the pendulum swing, right? You hear me mention that all the time. The pendulum swing is one extreme to the other. You can't live in the moment. Sometimes you got to let things finish. You got to let things play out. Even the Memphis series, right? Lakers could go down, 0-2, which, knock on wood, that wouldn't be ideal. But even if they go down 0-2, it's not over. It's not over until a team wins 4. And you see all the time teams go down 0-2, come back and win. And regularly over the last several seasons, you've seen teams go down 3-1 and come back and win that series. I mean, LeBron did it in the finals against what is many believe is the greatest team of all time, right? So it highlights my point. This Pelicans thing highlights my points that I try to get across, right? Which is let's wait and finish and see how things play out. Again, one team, the team that everyone thought was dead in the water, the team that everyone was laughing at, the laughing stock of the league, the one that people thought were this, that, and the other, they're at home getting rest for another 3 days and then get to go play the Memphis Grizzlies for the first round of the playoffs. While the other team that was looking very good and was looking like they were going to be a real problem and the Lakers were going to lose their draft pick and all that stuff, they end up sitting at home on the couch watching the Lakers go and play the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think at this moment? Again, I really just want to relish this. It's exciting. It's awesome to see how great everything has just turned around. And hopefully this continues. Hopefully the story ends with the Lakers hanging up number 18, because that's a story that they write movies about. But love to hear your thoughts, opinions down in